Well, good afternoon and welcome to Elijah's Heart House. How fun is this? It is Mosey and Mingle time. So giddy up. It's ready to have a good time at Elijah's Heart House. I'm Auctioneer Patrick, and I couldn't be more excited to join you today as we kick off a week, actually about 8 days, 9 days of fundraising for Elijah's Heart House. And it wouldn't be an Elijah's Heart House event if we didn't have the mama of Elijah's Heart House, the one and only Kimmee Auctioneer, with us today. Kimmee, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to next week. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited that we've kicked off today.
Yeah, we are rocking. And as we get started, I want to let people know, be sure to say hi. Elijah's Heart House is a really amazing community, a lot of fun people involved. And as we do this live stream, I know a lot of people are busy at this time of day, but it's great. Those who tune in, say hello to us. We'd love to hear from you. And also, as we get talking about how things are going to happen, if you get a question, drop that question in the chat box. We would be happy to answer it right now today. You probably got at least one person that has all the answers, and it is not me that is on the call. And then as a bonus, if you will chat today, everyone adding a comment in the chat will be entered to win 2 tickets to Mosey Mingle during the show today. So what a great opportunity. So make sure that you drop a chat in there. Drop us a hello. Say hello. Kimmee, it's going to be an amazing event, and we're going to talk about the event next week here in a few moments. But as we get started, I think about folks always are wondering, you're doing a fundraiser. How are we going to use the funds that are raised over the next 9-10 days?
Yeah, it's a great question. So there are 2 pieces and 2 components to Elijah's Heart House. You have the house that I'm currently sitting in, that families from Oregon, Washington, even sometimes stay here. If they come into the Heart House, this house has 2 full suites in it, plus a twin trundle room, so it sleeps 6. They come, they get to stay for free in this beautiful home. And when they walk through the door, they get greeted with a multitude of gift cards. Most of the gift cards start with Starbucks, because Starbucks are in hospitals, and it's a great, it's just a great piece to have. And then, and so the kitchen counter is loaded with gift cards, and then they get Elijah Heart House swag, all kinds of stuff. And it's just a really special place. And it's, that's one component. Then the second component where the money goes to is across the nation. We are the only foundation in the nation that does this. So when a family cannot get into a Ronald McDonald House, which is very frequent, we will have a social worker at a different hospital fill out the application, the online application for a family, and we will pay for their hotel or their Airbnb. And we just write the family a check, and there it is. It's just taken care of for them. Yeah. So it's a really great and very unique foundation. We run on a very tight ship. We don't have a lot of employees, you know that. Yep. The bulk of the money goes to the families, and these families are going through a lot, Patrick. We're helping a family right now in Arizona, just today, whose kiddo was supposed to get out of the hospital and isn't, and will be staying longer. So instead of a couple $100 need, it's now probably going to surpass $3,000. So it's one of those things that's very fluid when you're dealing with families across the country. And we are so excited to be able to say that we are the only foundation in the nation that does anything like this.
Yeah, no, it's incredibly unique. And for those just tuning in, I mean, you're reaching out and helping families in a very difficult situation. Their child has some type of an illness that requires hospitalization or travel for treatment. And so many times, as you know way too well, it's a last minute deal. And all of a sudden, you've got to stop work. You've got to do whatever you have to do. And your number one priority is your child, obviously. And then you're at the hospital and visiting hours are over, and you're like, where am I going to stay?
Right.
And how am I going to afford this? And that's where Elijah's Heart House comes in. And so it's an incredible journey that you've been on. The impact you've had on families is unreal, and quite honestly amazing. And it is so great for everybody to come together. And Mosey and Mingle in itself is a very unique event. We have a lot of aspects of it, but because you are nationwide and because you have such a wide impact, we have an online auction, and we kicked it off today, didn't we?
We did. We did.
Yeah, and speaking of friends, here's one right here. The Fowler Family Fund is in the house, giving you a little shout out there, Kimmee.
Awesome.
You
Thank you so much. I love that.
You a change maker. Well,
wow.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Right?
Wow, that's very sweet. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. So it's an unbelievably impactful organization, and we have many ways for you to support the efforts of Kimmee and the team at Elijah's Heart House. And let's go ahead and run through it if that's okay with you, Kimmee.
Yes.
Let's do it. I'm going to bounce over and I'm going to go to our website, which is hosted on the Auctioneer platform. And if you haven't been there yet, if you're not tuning in from that location today, if you're on Facebook or one of the other elements platforms that we're streaming to today, all you have to do is go to our fundraiser.events, and it's EHH 2025, and that will take you to our website right here. And once you're there, folks, you don't have to register to take a look around. Please do take a look around. But when you get ready to take some action, I'm going to encourage you to register. And the register link is right up at the top, right there. And when you register, you will receive an email back confirming your registration. And that's always a good thing because we want to make sure that the email got entered correctly. Double check your information, and then you can set your own password to access the website. And away you go. The other thing I'm going to encourage you to do, friends, is that when you register and you get that email, there will be a link to the Auctioneer bidding app. And I'm going to encourage you to download that. It's a really handy tool to keep track of all the auction action and be able to keep up with all your bids and pay attention to what's going on. We send messages through the app and things of that nature. So it's a great tool to have. So once you are registered and ready to make some actions, first thing I want to do is make sure you buy tickets, right?
Yes.
I mean, May 10th is a week from tomorrow, and we've got some more room. It's an unbelievable event. I'm going to talk more about it, but I would say I'm going to start with this comment. We'll allude later. We'll fill in the blanks, but I think this is the most family-friendly fundraiser I've ever been involved. And I don't know if I ever have said that before on any event, but this is a family-friendly fundraiser. So make sure you get on there and buy your tickets today. We would love to see you next week. Now, the next thing you're going to notice is that you can bid online. And let's go right to there and talk to people, because we all love to bid, right? But we also like to get the best deals, right, Kimmee? So
yes.
You and the team have put together an awesome online auction. There's over 60 packages that went live last night or this morning at midnight. And you can bid away. Everything started at $10, but I can already see that some of those things are pretty popular and folks have been bidding already. So that's great. But let's pick an item. I don't need a blower, but there are some things I could use a new impact. That would be cool. Okay. So click on any item, friends. And when you do, all you've got to do is it's going to give you all the instructions right here. And I'm going to walk through it, and we're going to place a bid so you know exactly how to make it all happen. And I'm sorry, Justine, I'm going to outbid you, dear. But here's how this works, okay? First and foremost, it tells you when bidding ends, Kimmee, and that's important because people need to know, right?
Yes.
Bidding is going to end in 9 days. Excuse me. Plus bid extension on May 11th. So we're going to have all the fun at Mosey and Mingle at Elijah's Heart House on Saturday, May 10th, but we're going to close bidding the next day at 5 p.m. So people don't, when they come to Mosey and Mingle, they don't have to worry about bidding during the event or at closing while they're having such a good time.
And what is special about May 11th?
Well, May 11th is Mother's Day.
It is. Okay? It's Mother's Day.
And so we extended it to 5 o'clock instead of the original noon because people are going to be entertaining mom at brunch, right?
Exactly.
So,
And there might be something on this auction, that somebody wants to buy their mama on.
yeah, absolutely. So maybe an impact drill, right? So here
Maybe.
we go.
I know a mama who would like that impact.
I bet you do.
Uh-huh.
So here's the way it works, right? So we know when bidding ends, but we also notice it says plus bid extension here, Kimmee. And I want to touch real quick on what bid extension is. What that means is we treat the online auction at Elijah's Hard House just like we would if I was calling bids from the stage, right? And that means that it's not sold until people quit bidding and I call sold. So when you have an online auction, yes, you have to have a time that is the target, right? And that target is 5 o'clock on Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day, at 5 o'clock. So what happens though is if somebody bids within the last 5 minutes, that would be 4:55 in the afternoon, between 4:55 and 5 o'clock. That individual item will extend another 5 minutes to make sure that folks have a chance who just got outbid. They're going to get a text or an email, whichever they choose. And then they will have a few minutes to bid again, right? And so that way, I would tell you that traditionally, Kimmee, we see our online auctions, they might go an extra 30 or 40 minutes on an item based on, the popularity of the item. Everything else closed on time, but maybe there's 3 or 4 or 5 items that will go into bid extension. So this is not like eBay. eBay, you can pay a website to go in and bid at the last possible millisecond for you. That won't do you any good in the online auction for Mosey and Mingle because we do have bid extension implemented. All right. The next thing it's going to tell you is that your current high bid is $80 by the one and only Justine Keith from Third Wheel Connections, doing amazing things for social media for her clients. And it says the next bid is at least $90. Now, when I look at this package, Kimmee, and I see that all the description, but I noticed right away the value is $299. Wow, that is awesome. Now, I could use this, but I don't need it. So I wouldn't necessarily want to pay $300. I just go down to my local Ace Hardware and pick one up. But if I could get it for less, that would be great. Okay. So let's say that I wanted to pay, I don't know, $200. Okay. But Kimmee, if you want to sell it to me for 30 or 40 or 50, I'd like that too. So what I'm going to do is what we call place a proxy bid. So I'm going to put $200 in the box, but I'm going to make sure that proxy bid is checked right here. And what that means, Kimmee, is that Auctria is going to know, okay, Patrick's willing to bid $200, but he'd like to get it for a lot less. So what's going to happen is it's going to place the lowest bid possible for me to stay in the lead, and it will continue to advance my bid as others bid against me up to $200.
Oh, that's
right?
very cool.
Yeah, that's really handy. And, Kimmee, what I tell people all the time, that's why you want to get in there today, right?
Yeah,
because everything started at $10. Get in there, place your proxy bids, make sure you have the app on your phone, and you'll be able to monitor everything for the next 9 days, and you'll never get frustrated, right?
Yeah.
And here's the other thing I'm going to say about that. And this confuses some people, so I want to be really clear. When I place this proxy bid and somebody comes in, it's going to, well, let's see what happens. I'll tell you what happens. Okay, here we go. So I got proxy bid placed. I got $200. I'm going to hit it. There we go. Okay. Now, instantly, my bid went from having to be $90 to $110. Okay. Now, if I scroll down here, I notice that Justine probably had a proxy bid at $100. Okay. Because it immediately, she had the $80 bid. And when I said I would bid up to $200, it went in and placed a $90 bid for me. She was already at 90 because she had a proxy bid. So then it told me, no, you got to be at 100, Patrick. So then it put me at 100, but she had a $100 proxy bid. So she was there first. So she was the winner at $100, but I went to 110. So now she's out and I have the high bid of $110. Okay. which is fantastic because think about this, Kimmie. Had I bid $90, if she had placed her bid at $80, when I bid the 200, she would have had to, or let's play a different scenario. If she had bid 80 without a proxy and I had come in and bid 90, her next increment would have been 100. Okay.
Right. Because it's $10.
Yeah.
Increments.
Yeah. But because she had placed it as a proxy, it placed her at $90 first versus having to go to 100. So in essence, if the bidding had been a lot closer, if you know what I'm saying there,
yeah,
you would save money if somebody came in and bid against you. As long as you had that proxy bid, you're going to go up to the number that they bid, not to the next number past them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're considered, when you place that proxy bid, you're considered to be in the first position at all those numbers up to your max bid. Okay. So it's really powerful tool to help you get the best deals possible when you are bidding in the online auction. Is that as clear as mud?
Yeah, that's clear as mud. Oh, I do have a question. What if you put in a proxy bid that, can you put in a proxy bid that's too low? Will it tell you like, oh yeah,
immediately?
No.
Yeah,
oh, it will.
immediately.
Okay.
So just now, Justine, if I had put in $100 proxy bid, okay, instead of 200,
right,
it would have said, thank you for your bid, but Justine's already at 100. You need to be at
100. Okay.
Does that make sense? So,
yeah. So it lets you know. And it also sent Justine a text message on her phone just now, right?
Yeah, it sent her a text. It sent her she's probably cursing me right now. Actually.
Probably.
Yeah.
Justine probably.
And because she was hoping to get that for her hubby, because she has a little bit of probably a list for him to use that for around the house.
Probably.
Yeah. But you can see who you're bidding against, which I always enjoy. I think it's fun, right? It's a little competition. And I know the Auctioneer family is very competitive in the world of sports and everything else.
Just a smidge. Yeah.
Yeah, just a smidge. But, I want to remind people when you're registering, if you want to put in a nickname, you can do that.
Yes, so you can. I already did.
Yeah. And don't tell anybody because then it won't be your secret identity. But, I think it's always fun. I hope somebody, it is Mosey and Mingle. I'm going to be Kimmee Auctioneer in the next auction. So, but come in there, put a nickname. If you're worried about your name showing up or you don't want people to know who you're bidding.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put a nickname in there. It makes it a lot of fun. Right. The other thing I want to talk about while I'm still on this screen, Kimmie, and this is really important because, the important thing is that we get the word out about the incredible work being done by Elijah's Heart House and the families that they impact, right? And one way for us to do that is to share this event and specifically share an item out, right? So if you look at this item or any of the items and you went into it and you said, that's not what I'm doing, I'm not real good with power tools, but let's say I'm not good with power tools, but I know somebody who is or would think this was a really cool deal. Well, if you use these icons at the top here, this will create a post on your Facebook page of just that item.
Oh, that's so cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. And so what's cool about that is now you have the opportunity, to put this out on your social media. And you don't have to. Hey, friends, I get it. We all get approached by a lot of nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
We all have causes that are near and dear to our heart, right? And this is an incredibly powerful tool from our friends at Auctioneer that you can post about an individual item in the auction, right? And put it on your Facebook and say, hey, here's an incredible opportunity for all my buddies that need power tools, and you'll be supporting a tremendous cause, And when they go to bid, they're going to register and all of that. And away we go, right? So we have an opportunity to expand the bandwidth that EHH can share the message with, right? And that's what's so important. So as you're going through the online auction, you see an item, maybe it's not for you. I'm not a real big spa products, person, Botox, or anything like that. If there's one of those in the online auction, I know some people that are into it. And so I'll share that out on social media, and who knows, I always share the story. I was doing a school earlier this year, Kimmee, and there was a tuition credit to one of the local private high schools. But that private high school was miles away from the school we were at. Okay. And, but I knew it was close to another school that I work with. So I reached out to their community and said, hey, did you see this in the online auction? And the next thing I know, people from that school were bidding on this item at this other school's auction.
Oh my gosh,
right?
that's awesome.
Yeah. So friends, please reach out, share the items, okay, and let people know what's going on, and then we'll take it from there, okay. But anybody can bid. You don't need a ticket to bid.
Right.
If you're
that's really important.
Yeah, and this is the kind of package. I do want to say this out loud here, Kimmee. This is the kind of package that is really nationwide. People could want this package from anywhere, okay? And that's cool. Share it out with them. But I'm going to draw your attention to this line right up here, because I can almost feel a text coming from Anna and Lydia right now. If you are a winner and reside outside of the local area, please note that you'll need to make arrangements for pickup or shipment, okay? So we'd love to sell you these items, and you live in New Mexico or Arizona or New York or wherever you live, but you are responsible for shipping, okay?
Yeah.
But that's a small price to pay when you're supporting Elijah's Heart House.
You bet, but we will get it to you.
Yeah, they will get it to you. Hey, folks, as I wrap up that portion of the deal, feel free. If you've got some questions, drop them in the box and share with us any questions that you may have about how to bid and what to expect when you're bidding online. Kimmee, there's over 60 packages here. Give me without any of the ones that you might potentially be bidding on. Don't run up your own bids, right? But give me a few things that you think people will be really fired up about.
Well, the biggest seller last year were those candles right there.
I saw that. I saw them.
I'm going to tell you, Phoenix Furnishings makes, I purchased their candles personally throughout the year. She makes outstanding candles. And she has donated once again 2 of her 5-wick bowl candles, wooden bowl candles. They are beautiful. The smells are outstanding. All just great products. And those candles, it was astounding to me how much those candles went for last year. Those candles are fantastic. They're some of my favorites. I say yes to those. Any of the power tools, of course, from DeWalt, Jennifer Koonsman and her crew donated all of those. It was amazing. Emler's, this is their second year to donate for their birthday. They give us a birthday swim package. And they're in, I think there's a few, but the one that we work with is in Tualatin. And they have been so generous. And I'm just so grateful for them. I'm actually, just so you know, I'm grateful for everybody who donates. You know that. We even have monthly donations that we get on PayPal. Yeah. And we haven't talked about this much, but I have a friend who donates $16 every month. 16. And you may think, oh my gosh, I can't afford to donate every month. You know what? $10 is awesome. $16 is, I don't care. It helps us create those gift card packages here at the house. They're just, I think people forget that any kind of donation, no matter what it is so valuable to our organization. And, we have packages in the auction that vary in price, big time in what they're worth. And I just think if you go through the auction items, you will find something that's, grab. There's a really cool auction item in here. I'm so excited about. My sister-in-law wrote a book, and it is
What's it called?
So great. I knew you were going to ask me that, and all of a sudden I'm just blanking out. It's purple. It's a purple package. It's got purple.
So here's the deal, Kimmee. Here's the deal. If I go to the search and I put purple, color me lavender.
There it is.
All right.
Yes. That's it. That is so great. Okay, so my sister-in-law, Melanie Auctioneer, wrote this book. And she's going to kill me that I forgot, but my brain is so full of stuff, it's not even funny. Anyway, this package has a signed copy of her book, and then all the fun things that are in the book that the character loves. And I'm telling you, I was blown away by my sister-in-law's writing. This book is really fun and a great, vacation trip book, to the beach or Mexico or wherever you're going this summer, hiking, camping. Grab this basket. This is very fun, and I'm very excited that we got to create it. So anyway,
that's cool. Hey, Kimmee, I got to jump back on because I'm going to share what happened a second ago. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
We talked about the 5 wicks.
Yeah.
And I was thinking this would look wonderful on my dining room table. And so I threw in a quick $100 bid on it like I was a big shot.
Yeah.
And I outbid Amanda. Now, I had gotten the proxy. It had taken me to 80. Then it took me all the way to 100 because Amanda bid more than that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But here's the important part for folks, right? Looky here. The value's $90. Okay. We're going to sell that for a lot more. And I think people need to understand that the Elijah Hart House is a 501c3, and any amount that you pay above the value that's stated on the deal, you'll receive a tax donation acknowledgement, and depending on your accountant, how that works for you and your personal purposes. But, so don't be afraid of those values. It's all about supporting the cause here. And there is a bonus if you're paying more than what the value is, right? So
yes.
You guys have done a great job with the organization, and it's really the Elijah J. Auctioneer Foundation doing business as Elijah's Hart House, and the information's right down here at the bottom of the website, showing on every page, showing. So, bid high, bid often, right?
Yeah, it's so much fun.
It is a blast.
It is.
Go ahead, Kimmee.
It's just so much fun to be, auctions are, especially this auction, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, figure out a fun name to throw on there. You don't have to use your own, like you said. I love that. And, bid on some of these great products that we have, available. So there's a great Pendleton Roundup basket that Pendleton
yes, there is.
gave us. If you're into the Roundup, it's really fantastic. And it would be well worth, a mini trip to Pendleton for this midweek Roundup basket.
Let her buck, baby. Let her buck.
Let her buck.
Let her buck.
It's
that
in
is
September
awesome.
every year. In fact, we have some raffle tickets that we're going to be selling. I think you know that.
Yes.
For a gift card wall. You get to buy raffle tickets, and you have an opportunity to win this entire gift card wall. And the girls that will be selling those raffle tickets are queens, rodeo queens from around the state. So it's kind of a cool thing.
Absolutely. How cool is that? Huh?
Yeah, it's very cool.
The queens of the rodeo.
That's right.
I love rodeo queens, being from South Texas originally. That is awesome. But you've got a wide array. You said it a few moments ago, Kimmee, but you didn't take a breath, so I wasn't going to interrupt you. You've got really packages for all budgets, right? I mean, we've got some things that are less expensive than others, and then we've got some really fun things that people are going to bid probably quite a few $100 on, and that's okay. That's great. But I mean, you've got wine tasting with charcuterie at the Salina Estate. You've got a stay up at Rhododendron and a mountain house. I mean, and then we've got picnic and Chardonnay. I mean, it's awesome. All the different packages that you have, just phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
and
really great.
Cool things. You're the queen of entertaining, right? And but I love this delectable custom cookies, because this is the kind of package that you could buy if you were hosting a party for your family or friends, or that birthday party for the little one, whatever it may be, for your grandchildren. But the other, these are also, this is a great opportunity if you're corporate, you want to write a check with a corporate checkbook, and make it a business expense, right?
And I'm going to tell you, Latrell's makes really outstanding cookies. We had our cookies at the Italian supper that we had.
Yes, we did.
And I was very impressed with her cookies. So I think the corporate idea is a great idea, Patrick.
Yeah. And it's sometimes it's easier to write a check out of that corporate checkbook than it is your personal. And so we don't care where the check comes from at EHH. Nope. We just want checks. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So Kimmee, this is phenomenal. And this is our online auction. And friends, we have more. Okay. We also will be having a live auction at the event, and you've got some cool packages here also. And this is going to happen on May 10th at the Mosey and Mingle event. So you're not able to bid online for these packages, but it is a great opportunity to get in there and preview the packages and be ready to raise that bid card high and proud when I see you on May 10th at Elijah's Heart House. And Kimmee and I are on stage calling bids, right? There, I mentioned that wine tasting where charcuterie, and it's already got a bid just like that. Boom.
Sweet.
You saw that little square box come up there. That's awesome.
Very fun. Cool.
Yeah, I love it. So tell me about these packages. I mean, the Middahl house, I've been in that house. That's unbelievable. That's there on your property. And that is that's not your average hangout overnight experience, right?
No, that house is beautiful, and we have updated it with new furniture. It actually has a new dining table from Nickel and Nash down in McMinnville, or if I said that back, maybe it's Nash and Nickel. Oh, please forgive me, Ann. I can't remember. Anyway, just great. It's a great home. It sleeps 14, but it has. I like it for 8 to 10, just because everybody has their own bathroom then and their own room, so to speak. But it is really beautiful, and it's very close to, the wineries in the area. We're not that far from the gorge, obviously. A staycation at this place is great. So it has its own miniature golf course. It's pretty cool. I leave you with farm fresh eggs. It's great.
Yeah, and this is another one, Kimmee. People need to get a little creative with their thinking here, right? Because would this be a great 2-night stay for a girls' weekend? Would it be great to bring your family when you don't want to have everybody at your house, or maybe you're having a little bit of a family reunion, need a little more space? But I'll tell you the other thing, because I've been in the house, I thought to myself when we were there that night for the meeting, I thought to myself, what a great place to have kind of an executive retreat also, right?
Yes, we've had Bible studies up there. We've had executive retreats there. We've had birthday parties. We've had baby showers, wedding, not mostly families for weddings come in.
Right.
But it's quite something. So
yeah. No, this is a special deal. And I can't wait to see those bid cards fly next week when we do that. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to bet on this one. I thought it might be our buddy Donnie Britton.
It is.
But how about this? I mean, this is awesome. If you like barbecue and you have not had Good News Crafted Q, well, then you're going to really like barbecue after you visit with our buddy Don Bruton at Good News Crafted Q. And if you're not a barbecue fan, then I'm going to tell you need to have Donnie's, because you will be. Okay, so. This is a cool package. He's gonna do a private barbecue catering experience with all the meats and sides. And if you haven't had his mac and cheese, you got to do that too, right, Kimmee?
Oh yeah, the mac and cheese is the bomb. And in fact, the mac and cheese will be at the Don's going to be one of the food vendors at the event, and that mac and cheese is going to be on board.
Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, I got Donnie hooked up with the children's course here a few weeks ago, and he did a catering for us out there, and we had a bunch of superintendents from around the Northwest come and help out there at the golf course one day. We needed to feed him. I called Don, and he rolled out there, and they're still talking about it. So get ready to bid high and proud, because this is you don't want to mess up your kitchen the next time you have that family event or that special 50th, 40th birthday or that 10-year-old birthday, and you want to feed the parents. You could also feed the kids that mac and cheese, but this is a good package to bid up. And as I always say, if you want to win a package, Kimmee, bid fast and bid last.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be
right.
It's going to be a blast. And speaking of Mosey and Mingle next week, Kimmee, talk to me about the event of the year. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
That's what I get most excited about. Okay, so Mosey Mingle is the most unusual fundraising event you'll ever be invited to. It is very family oriented based, like you said. And the reason it is family oriented based is because we want kiddos to understand what philanthropy is and giving back. And the way that they learn that is from their parents, right? You bring your kids and they're like, whoa, wow, there's pony rides and there's cotton candy and there's s'mores from Marshmallow and there's face painting and balloons and this is great and all of that, and bubbles. But we want kids to understand what giving back to the community looks like. And under normal circumstances for auctions, that usually is not the case. It's
right.
Usually a gala, right? Or some kind of adult event. And nothing wrong with that. It's just that that's not what Elijah's Heart House and our family wanted to do. We wanted this to be an honoring moment for Elijah and to honor him and his legacy. Elijah was such a great kid and such a warrior. He was the youngest in our family, and he was just a very caring, compassionate kiddo. And so having this party is in honor of him as well. So absolutely. We really want to have families come. So that's the most important part of our event, is to really showcase children and philanthropy and what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and you've created such an amazing event. And I think, we've done this event in February the last few years, and now you've moved it to May. And I know it's a bit of a shock to the system. Being in this business, I would traditionally say I would not do something on Mother's Day weekend. But for the reasons that you just mentioned, Kimmee, we're going to be honoring moms the next day, right? And so this is a cool deal where everybody comes in town to honor mom the next day. You got family gathering. What a great activity instead of taking them to the Oregon Zoo, right? I mean, you're looking for something to do with your family. Bring them to Mosey and Mingle, because everybody is welcome, right? It's going to be a phenomenal event. I mean, starting with when I look at the website and I think to myself, I've got, from last year, we've got some pictures from last year's on here, right down here. I mean, there's some of our rodeo queens, there's a bidder, but we also have pictures of all sorts of the fun that was going on. And then we've got a preview window of what to expect this year. So let's talk through this a little bit. I mean, you got wood-fired pizza. There's our buddy, Half Pint Brothers. It doesn't get any better than that.
Jordan and Kelly Scoggins. Those people are amazing,
aren't they? But we got pony rides this year because we're going to have phenomenal weather. We got pony rides. We got Olivia Harms. I mean, it doesn't get any better music-wise than Olivia. And right before Olivia goes on, our buddy Brian Bowe and his sidekick are going to teach us. There's Olivia. Going to teach us a little line dancing. Is that right?
That is right. And that is a total blast, because his friend who teaches it is outstanding, and she's 80-something. She's fantastic. And Olivia Harms is bringing her whole band.
The Roadrunners.
The Roadrunners are coming. You guys, I'm telling you, $40 is all it takes to get you into this event.
Hang on, you didn't say that. Did you say $40 to come to this? You get to eat, you get to dance, you get to bid, you can have cotton candy, you can ride ponies. I mean, for $40, you can't take an Uber to the event for $40.
Listen,
Huh?
it is such, I can't explain how much fun it is. And, you see the pictures on the right from last year or from, in February, we're all bundled up and, it was great. But now that we've moved it into a month where it's warm, the parking is really simple this year too. It's going to be across the way. Our neighbors are opening their gate up so that we can park all in this field across the way. You'll just be able to come in. Everything's outside. It's lots of space. You get to move around, buy some Hard House swag at the Mercantile. Elijah's Hard House Mercantile is always set up every year. It's just fun. The whole thing is fun. You are
It is fun,
constantly
and
moving.
you're so right, Kimmie, about the family experience, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I just saw a picture on the website as it popped up. I'm not sharing it right now, but of a young kid raising his bid card, right? And I
Yeah.
think that just speaks volumes. That should be the ambassador photo for Mosey and Mingle, right? As a young person raising their bid card, bidding high to support Elijah's Hard House,
Yes.
it's so cool that you've created this event that is in honor of Elijah, and really speaks volumes to the family.
One more thing that I would like to add is that there are vendors that will be charging, and those vendors will be donating 50% of everything that they earn to Elijah's Hard House.
Yeah.
So any vendor that you end up purchasing something from at the event, they will be donating 50%, which is astounding. These vendors are not big conglomerates. They are hometown, small vendors that are willing to give 50%. And I just shout out to those vendors as well.
Yeah. No, we don't have any box stores at the event, folks. This is mom and pop. This is they talk about it politically all the time. This is Main Street USA. I would say it's Main Street in a small town, right? It's so exciting to see what you've created, and I just can't say enough about being a part of it. It's absolutely an honor and a pleasure to be a part of your event.
Grateful to you, Patrick.
Yeah, and seeing what you're going to do. Our buddies at the Fowler Family Fund chimed in again. Thank you both. That is awesome. Are they going to be with us this year, Kimmie?
I sure hope so.
Well, they're about to win 2 tickets if they did, because everybody else was shy. I didn't have any. They wouldn't chat with us today for some reason. My buddy, I take that back. My buddy Dee Kiesel down. She's an auctioneer down in the Livermore Central California area. She did chime in today. She's part of the Everything Gala team. Yeah, Dee Dee's awesome. It's always fun to have her chime in on our events. But this is cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to let you tell us, is there anything else that people need to know?
I think the most important thing that you need to know about Elijah's Hard House is, once again, I really want to stress this. We are the only foundation in the United States that helps families during massive traumas get help with housing. I can't emphasize that enough. That families are so incredibly thankful. They're so used to just getting a gift card, right? Which is great. But what we do is so unique. To be able to write a check directly to the family to help pay for their hotel stay is something that is just not done. And I am so excited to really be able to say in this past 6 months to a year that we've really been able to branch out to a multitude of states. We've worked with over 17 states.
Wow.
And the social work teams are really starting to hear about us now. And it's pretty exciting. Also on a selfish reason, for me personally, as Elijah's mom, and the pain that losing a child creates in this woman daily, to be able to help families who experience great trauma and need the help with housing because they can't get into a Ronald McDonald House, to be able to gift them with money is such a treat. And it really helps me, honestly, get through this journey. So I am very grateful for each donation and each dollar that comes into us, whether it's $5 or $50,000. I am grateful.
Absolutely. No, you do a great job, Kimmie. And it always, I listen to you, and because we've done this together a few times, I always want to make sure our audience knows too. It's not just heart patients; it's any child experiencing. You know, because a lot of times people hear Elisha's Heart House.
Right.
The reality
That's very important.
is about love. The heart in Elisha's Heart House is about love and giving back and helping these people, regardless of the medical challenge and trauma that these children are going through. Helping
Correct.
them.
Correct.
So,
I mean, we had a family. I'm just thinking about a family off the top of my head. We helped in Vegas, and that kiddo was traveling from Northern California to Vegas on a Boy Scout trip, and the kiddo got in a car accident. Well, not the kid, but the kid was involved in a car accident and needed to be transported to Vegas. So his family in Northern California had to get to Vegas. And then there were no places to stay because Ronald McDonald House was full, and Vegas hotels, you know how that is.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get them a place and get them in right away and get them a check. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty special thing that we do.
Yeah. Yeah. No question about it, Kimmie. It's incredibly special. My heart goes out to you and the whole family.
Thank you.
And your team. And let's get ready to Mosey and Mingle next week.
Let's
folks. It's
do
going
it.
to be outstanding.
Yeah.
Our buddies at the Fowler Family Foundation are definitely bidding online. So
Awesome.
I'm not going to worry about spinning the wheel. I'm going to send you a couple of tickets to the folks at the Fowler Family Fund and hope you'll see you there next week. And come up, say hello, introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you because you're obviously doing some cool things too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great event, everybody. It's the only family friendly fundraiser that I know of that also fits an incredible cause. So I hope you'll join us. Kimmie, thank you as always for sharing not only your passion and your heart, but making this event possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. Can't wait to see y'all next week. Make sure you come say hello.
Absolutely. I'll talk to everybody later. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Mosey and Mingle. We'll talk to you soon.
Woo!